The academic year is very close to an end now, and there is a very significant atmosphere of winding down. And this last week, the student numbers in my class have been dwindling because under the French system, the kids seem to be able to decide in the last week whether they're going to come to school or not, which for me, from the education system in the UK, is a bit bizarre because we work right up until the last day. So fewer numbers, we've been even more informal with our classroom activities than in previous weeks. And now I have no one in my class. There is definitely a feeling that school is over now and we're just waiting for the official end rather than the atmospheric end which we have now. I think it's fair to say that I am regarded by many people here as an unconventional teacher. As an example, I don't like anybody calling me teacher. My name is Gary, and that's what I demand all my students call me. I am defined by who I am, not what I am. That alone sets me apart from all the other teachers.
You want to have a go? What's the problem?
Also, of course, I don't teach conventionally. As you know, I don't use the book. I bring my own material into the class. I set my own curriculum for this year to teach the students the 12 verb forms and the 4 conditionals, which is far more than the French education system operates in when it comes to teaching English. The book this year, I'm supposed to teach my kids present perfect. And even the information that they give in the book is just how you construct it. There's nothing in there to explain why we use present perfect, what the difference is. For example, the difference between I ate a banana and I have eaten a banana. And so many students, not just here in the school, but outside in the world of Morocco, when I put that question to them, they don't know. They don't know the difference between simple past and present perfect. And it's not explained in the book. They just explain the construction of it, and that's it. And then next year, I am supposed to, if I were here, teach the students past perfect. And then it stops. They don't do future perfect, they don't do perfect continuous, they don't do the conditionals. It just stops. Quite frankly, this has to be said, the French education system is not fit for purpose when it comes to teaching English in Morocco. Great for France, terrible for Morocco. Really, the French education system in this country needs to wake up to the fact that this is not France. This is Morocco, and Morocco is becoming an English-speaking country. And the level of English taught in French schools needs to be fundamentally changed. Parents need to understand this. Progress of English that their children are getting is not good enough for what Morocco is becoming. In the Moroccan system, they teach English much more comprehensively than they do in the French system. And so this year, I made the conscious decision that I would teach my students the 12 verb forms and the 4 conditionals, because I know this is the only time they are going to get that opportunity. So my kids will next year go back to this system of working on 1 verb form for the entire year. And there is this unfounded belief that they are incapable of learning anything more than that, or learning it in a different way than this slowly drawn out, protracted way. And the year that I have been with my kids has proven that to be not true. I've had kids say things to me using complex sentence structures, and I think last month, 2 months ago, you would never have been able to say that sentence. And towards the end of the year, that happened all the time. Students who were never the most enthusiastic learners clearly over the year had absorbed some information and were able to use it. So I remember having a conversation with one of my students, and he just used the second conditional fluently. And I know at the beginning of this year, because he told me, he would never have known what the second conditional was and how to use it. And here he is, at the end of the year, using it. And under the old system, he would never be taught second conditional. Not even next year, the year after, he would go through his entire school career under the French system and never be taught the conditionals. And that has to change. The French system must put a huge amount of priority on teaching English and doing it comprehensively. I have a lot of mixed emotions about the school. In a way, I think a year is great. I never really felt I was part of the teaching staff here, and this is me, this is nothing to do with the teaching staff in the school. I would just come into the classroom, work with the kids, and then go home again. So the kids themselves, the students, have very much been my colleagues. I've got to know their personalities, their interests, their faults, their strengths, and they've got to know mine too. It's been a truly wonderful year. I've learned a lot about teaching. I would love to work with my students, the ones I have this year, as they go up from year to year. They have achieved so much in this year. It's a pleasure to be able to be a part of their understanding and their development of English. It's been great.
Au revoir.
Hey! Hello! Hello! Au revoir!